Welcome. It's SVPod. Stanford Steve is here. Red, who's been frantic all morning, is here.
Does the summer ever end for Red?
No, man, it's just...
Right?
I mean, I suppose when
He doesn't jump in the pool.
He's not a pool swimmer, no.
He probably likes it when it gets covered.
I think.
And he's like, those animals could stay out of my surroundings.
Well, no, he just... We were a little bit... He's a stunning development. I think like his papa, I think he's a creature of habit. So he sees the folks from Omaha and Podville arriving, and he's whining, frantic. He knows it's time.
Okay.
Literally, he knows the word W-A-L-K. You say it. Mm-hmm. You say the word Frosty Paw. Mm-hmm. You say you want to do a... Well, he's here now, but I say, hey, you want to do a podcast? And so he sees the people, and he's like, it's time. But you were coming back from the city on the train this morning? Is that right?
No, I brought my family to the train
this
morning.
Somebody's solo. Look out, Bethesda, North Potomac, whatever the hell it's called.
We got work to do. We got practices to get to. We got to hone in. It's time. It's football season.
Well, solo pops over here. But anyway, I get it. So you had to drop the fam.
I took the train home from New York yesterday.
I thought so. I was so confused. The gist of it is Red was frantic. Red's here now. I think he spent all of his energies lying at our feet.
Good.
At some point, he'll decide he wants to go back and terrorize Oscar. I have a very eclectic thing on the card. You said it's football season, though.
Yeah.
Locking in.
Yeah.
Steve has described the process of getting ready for game day. By the way, we got a game like
Armageddon.
Big game. Real game. State, K-State, Iowa State. Let's go. That's Saturday at noon. It's not the real start of the season, but it is football. Steve has described taking the highlighted portion of the notes and translated into note cards. I witnessed the process the other night. Explain to the listeners and the viewers, what is that process? What are you doing?
It could be better. Efficiency is not my strength, and that's why I have to get started so much earlier.
But you know what you're doing, so that's all that matters.
Yeah, but you read all this stuff, and I take notes in my phone if I'm listening to a podcast or a show like that. I'm trying to watch. The ACC Networks does the training camp shows that are great. The Big Ten Network does training camp shows that are great. It's constant notes, but my notes are on my phone, on my iPad, highlighted in articles, stuff. I killed more trees than anyone. You know how much I print.
You do. But can you read your writing? Because as you know, when it comes to me, on Saturday, which we'll be doing the late night Saturdays, every Saturday I get here and I'm like, I wrote something here about somebody. I don't know what it is. You can read it, though, can you?
Yeah,
right.
yeah. But the thing is, I had to add this year because of how many players are different, and I want it to resonate as I put everybody's number next to their name.
What they wore before?
No, what they're wearing this year.
Oh.
Because then I'm going to start watching, we're going to watch the tape of Armageddon, probably Sunday or Monday. I need it to click faster.
All right.
I can't be stopping tape to look up names. It's gotta go quick.
All right.
So yeah, we're in it.
We are in it.
Yeah.
I mean, you know how I know I'm in it? Had a draft last night.
Oh God.
I want to read for you my draft grade that I got. I'm going to save draft grades, and you know what I'm going to do? Because you make this point and you're right.
Please.
All these fantasy people, you talk your talk. The 4 people you need to dominate your league. The 4 people you cannot draft. No one comes back and
we
checks.
Never hear from them.
Well, I'm gonna keep my draft grades, and at the end of the year, we're gonna go back and we're gonna see. I want to thank the folks at Yahoo that run this league that I'm in with people I don't know.
I like Yahoo.
I don't, because they don't like me.
This 2 quarterback league.
It is, and it's with all these super EV quant poker brilliant genius people, and then me, the dope, which I guess maybe it's fitting. My draft grade is D for dope. or dumbass or Dumas if you prefer.
Or donation.
I hadn't thought of that. All right, so my name was the Fish originally because the name for a poker player that's the dead money at the table is the Fish. But then I changed it to Who Fishy. That's in honor of Clinton Portis. Inside joke. I changed it to Fishes and Loaves this year. It's biblical. Fishes and Loaves drafts like a pro, ... in a different league. Okay? Made the draft look like a game of bingo with a draft grade of D. I'm projected to finish 10th with a record of 3-11. How the fuck do you know? What do you know? You don't know anything. You didn't like a particular quarterback I picked. Well, it's a 2-quarterback league. And what you don't know, Yahoo, is who I know. Maybe the guy on the headset, that's the quarterback that I have a direct line of info from and who I could text in the game to say, you need to throw the ball. I would never do that.
Yeah.
Would I? I got a D, Steve. I'm not going to read anymore. I don't want to bore you, but
I want to know who that quarterback is.
Well, then I'm telling who the OC is that I'm in communication with.
All right.
Going to keep that low. They don't like my draft. So I'm going to save my draft grades just so I can go back later and see. I do think a couple years ago when I got a bad draft grade, I think that year I went 1-13.
Ooh.
That's
hard to do.
I lost my
Injuries.
2, 3, and 4 draft picks to injury. So that's the thing no one knows. But anyway, that's how I know I'm in it, is it's draft season, and I got a D. Thankfully for me, I'm familiar with that. Got plenty of them in my life. And here I am.
Not one in your name, though.
It's true. No D in your name, no D in your game. Shout out to the late, great Lefty Drizel. Some people might get a D and it might shake them. They might be upset. For someone that just got him and worse, I just eat them like donuts and keep it moving because I got more mocks and more drafts coming, and I'm ready. And I like my team. I'm going to tell you, I like my team. I got my guy Kamara. If I get him, I feel good. I did maybe draft like a 2018 team.
Okay.
But whatever. It's 2025. I'm ready to go.
What do you have, 5 left?
Nope, 4 leagues. We've maxed out. It's too many, but at least I have what?
You say it every year.
I haven't added anymore.
Thank God.
Right. It's excessive. Just enjoy the process. D.
You love the process.
Whatever. Got your D right here. Well, I feel like I just need to get into this. I don't know if this topic, we could take it out if it's not allowed. There was a picture taken of some accounting.
Yeah. We're going to table it. Just going to say, had the weekend with the girls, solo, wifey, girls trip for her birthday. Was out of town. We went up to Hershey Park, which we could get into in a bit, which was unbelievable. But yeah, I got around to counting the cups. Everybody always wanted to count the cups, and I will just say this. I was way off. It's over 100.
And we're going to leave it at that.
We're going to leave it at that. I won.
That's really all that matters.
That's it.
Okay.
Moving on.
There were a lot of cups. Like a lot of cups. The under was not the play. Take the high for what's the table max, please. Table limit, please. We've got camp decisions coming down. We have quarterback decisions. We have I've got some NFL stuff I want to dive into.
Okay.
Is that all right?
Yeah, let's do it.
The Colts decision with Richardson going to a guy in Jones that got it's fascinating to me how Jones was a guy that when he got picked, I famously was on SportsCenter going, what? And then all the Giants fans were like, hey, Van Pelt, suck it. And then we didn't hear from those Giants fans as time went by. He, of course, ended up getting extended, but it was kind of a fake deal when they didn't pick up his 5th year in New York. Then he played well. They made the playoffs, but then he's gone. He was the guy in New York that Richardson apparently is in Indy, a guy that the organization took high, and then it just doesn't seem like it's going to work for him there. But Richardson, when he came out, was one of these, a Trubisky type, didn't play a lot in college. But unlike Trubisky, more like Cam Newton was the most obvious comp, just remarkable physical measurables. But is it going to translate? And it didn't / hasn't yet. He's a young man. It was pointed out, I saw on Twitter, like he's younger than a bunch of quarterbacks that are just getting here.
Michael Penix is older now,
among others. But then I saw, and I want to get the name right, because I always try to give the proper credit to whoever came up with the math, did the numbers. I think it was Warren Sharp that had on Richardson. Like, of all the quarterbacks that have thrown this many passes, it was the Richardson. Here we go. 55 quarterbacks have 175 attempts the last 2 years. 55. Richardson ranks 55 of 55 in accuracy, 55 of 55 in completion rate, 50 of 55 in touchdown to interception ratio. That isn't going to cut it. Just isn't going to cut it. And so what's interesting to me is how poorly the NFL has drafted this position forever. They just don't seem to be able to figure it out. But I wonder if, in the same vein as a Trubisky, who had a run in Chicago where it actually worked out okay, if you just are going to see teams say, give me a guy who's played a ton. Look at the class from last year that apparently has a bunch of guys. Penix played a bunch at Indiana and Washington. Had some injuries, but played quite a bit. Nix played a lot for Auburn, played a lot for Oregon. Daniels played a lot for Arizona State, played a lot for LSU. McCarthy, plenty of tape from Michigan. Williams played a lot at Oklahoma, played a lot at USC. Ward, Incarnate Ward, Washington State, Miami. I think that you want to get as much game tape of guys playing the sport before you invest a top 5 pick. And why that is difficult to figure out, I have no idea. But you just can't afford to miss, because like Ballard and Steichen, I mean, are there jobs on the line here? And now it's attached to Daniel Jones? It's amazing to me that teams continue to do this.
Yeah, well, it's, you make it sound like it's easier than it is to hit on a quarterback.
Well, no, it's clearly really hard.
Yeah, like that. I mean, that's.
I get that it's difficult. I think what I'm trying to say is, if I'm going to hit on one, I don't want it to feel like a scratch-off ticket with a guy that I'm like, how much did he play? Well, he started for a year. A year? He's got like 10 starts of football?
No,
that's not enough, man. It's just not enough.
I get it.
That's my point.
I go back to what you brought him up, Trubisky. I was just like, man, I don't know.
1 year at Carolina.
And I watched it, and I was like, I still don't know. And what I think will help is if these quarterbacks do stay and they're getting paid so much money in college.
There you go.
That the development, it's hopefully going to be easier for these NFL guys where their job is directly tied to this. And I like the move. I think it's the right move. I look at what that team is, in the NFL, that division, there's constant change up and down. But like you mentioned, Ballard, Steichen, their jobs are on the line. Jones has done it. I think Steichen's a really good offensive mind.
Do you like it because you think that Jones gives them a chance? Do you like it? Do you think that Richardson's done there? Or is it the kind of thing that once you've moved past this and you say, all right, look, can't do it. This isn't like we're going to put you over here so you can figure it out and buy time, is it? Doesn't feel like it.
I think it's a combination.
Yeah,
where
maybe.
Now it's like, all right, hey, we're going to spend more time on development, but also we're putting more plate on you because you're one play away. where you're going in and you're our guy. And then you hear Quentin Nelson talk about it. He's like, yeah, I'm tired of this rotating door of quarterbacks. Like, they have a good offensive line. Jonathan Taylor has been fine since he's been in Indy.
You think Daniel Jones is going to do all right?
I for what they want to do, which is win games, I think it's the best move possible, because now you have a mindset, you have a direction, and then you know what it's going to be or what you're getting if you have to go to Richardson.
You know who drafted Daniel Jones in his league? Fishes and Loaves.
Did you?
The quarterback league. Need depth.
Third.
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
I mean, it wasn't an early pick. I mean, I didn't take him 5th overall.
Because I look at that roster and I like what they've done in the draft besides Richardson. Receivers got to stay healthy. You got Warren, who's a security blanket that Jones, I think, will absolutely violate with targets.
I really wonder about that. Like, using fantasy as a lens is like using Vegas as a lens to look at things through. But I do think it's instructive. Like a couple years ago, last year, Richardson was a first-round pick in the 2-quarterback league. Pittman was a guy that went early. You can get Pittman in like the 8th round. Like, he's like I guess you could take him. Like, this is a guy that's wide receiver 1 in years past. He's been a guy. No, he's battled through some back injuries as well. But you have Taylor. You have a guy in Warren that you're interested in seeing. You got a guy in Pittman who's done it. Downs is there, et cetera, et cetera. Their O-lines should give them a chance. I mean, you're not in the deep end of the pool division-wise.
No, like, I love Houston. Love that team, everything they're about. Expect a big year. But they're not world beaters. And then you look at the rest of it. I look at that, the South, and then the AFC East. Like, somebody's got to win some games. And, like,
outside of Buffalo, you mean?
That's what I'm saying. Like, Houston's the decided favorite. But you have 3 other teams that are playing each other twice. Like, something's got to give there.
Yeah.
There's games to win.
Yeah, that's
and
fair.
now with 35 teams getting in the NFL playoffs, you put yourself in a position.
No, that's the college playoff. That's the college.
No, that's your Big Ten people.
That can't happen. That can't happen.
Don't waste any breath.
Okay, because it won't.
No.
We're not going to have 20 some odd people in a college football playoff. What's the line? If everyone's in VIP, then no one's in VIP. I saw the thing from Russillo's, the Ringer sent out yesterday. He's right. It's like it just takes the thing that feels really special to get a bid, and then it's like, what are we doing? The NCAA tournament for hoops? Come on. We're not doing 20-something teams. It's preposterous. But 35 teams don't get in the NFL playoffs, teams, Steve. Come on. You don't like it. It's fine. Too many?
Yeah.
What do you want?
They're playing 17 games. Make it worth it.
And it's going to go to 18. Which
yeah.
It's excessive. It's excessive. It's too many games.
Thank you.
I'm with you there.
But if
I don't dislike the NFL.
Same thing with baseball. You play all those games, it's not worth enough.
Well, at least the baseball went away from, hey, 162, great, congrats, you made the playoffs. You get a Tuesday day game. You lose, like, oh, did we make the playoffs?
No.
Like, did we? Not really. At least you get a little small taste. But this, I derailed the point you were making as it related to the Colts, but I feel like it's a crapshoot division. So
yeah, you got to get direction. You got to get on the same page, and you got to win. And this gives them the chance to win.
I remember talking to Richardson before the draft and just thinking, wow, he impressed me as a grounded, thoughtful young man. And it's like, and he's really big, can throw the ball over the Uncle Rico style over the mountains. And this is in no way is the end of some road for Anthony Richardson.
No.
I thought he did a better job of his agent in publicly handling it, which it's his agent's job to rep his guy. But I thought Richardson publicly said and did exactly the right thing. Very mature way of handling it. It's not the end of anything. In fact, the season hasn't started. And to your point, you're a snap away from being on the field.
Yeah.
Maybe everything slows down. You get to see it and process it. But, I mean, the numbers are the numbers. It's a game where you have to be efficient throwing the football, and he has not been. It's that simple. at a
Played his
position.
best football under Billy Napier. I'll just say that.
Tried to tell Gator fans, just a little patience. I looked at their schedule again the other day. I'm ping-ponging all over the place. They have a month. It's just the dumbest schedule I've ever seen. And I thought Florida's schedule last year was the dumbest schedule I ever saw. And then I'm like, they're like, hold my beer. Gators month. We're going to pull it up here real quick. Let me just bang this off here. This is nothing, just thinking out loud about football, which can be fun to do. Gators month of, I think it's September. I'm relying on whoever's at the wheel. There we go. Let's see, we're
LSU, Miami, Texas A&M.
How are we doing? You're in Baton Rouge, sure. You go to Miami, come home for Hook'em, and then you go to College Station. So you're in Tiger Stadium, Kyle Field to bookend it. Miami's not exactly a snake pit, all due respect. And then home for Texas. Oh, and then after you get Mississippi State, Klanga, then you get Georgia. Sure. And then, by the way, you finish it up with Ole Miss, Tennessee, and Florida State. How do the cards come out of the deck in these conferences where some teams get that, and then like Indiana got what it got last year? You know what I mean? When you get that lane where your schedule lines up for you, you better take advantage of it, buddy, because there are plenty of teams that have some example, some version of that. But that's the most vivid example to me of like a month, 3 out of 4 road games, and your home game's the number 1 team in the country. Cool. Great to be a Florida Gator. Remember that, because it's always great to be. Can't just be great to be when you're in San Antonio celebrating hoop titles. It's great to be in the middle of that slog you're in the middle of. What do you got on your cards? You got something?
Huh? Yeah, did you want to stay NFL?
I don't know. I just pivoted off of that and started bouncing around. I'm in the NFL state of mind if you are.
Yeah.
Who's going to be the starter in New Orleans? Does it matter? Who's the starter in Cleveland? Does it matter?
No.
Right. Like the other night, Swag was all mad. Like they should put one of the young guys out there. I'm like, for what? Start the old guy that gives you a chance to just ease into your schedule. And then if you reach a point where it's pretty obvious that this ain't the year, then you can figure out which one of your younger guys you like. In New Orleans, like Rattler or Schlock, how you say his name? Shook. I always forget it.
But you're just expecting a lot of checkdowns?
Just feed him. Feed the grill. Let me see. I want to see that grill smiling and smiling. Rattler was awful last year, but like he's looked better. But okay. What difference does it make in New Orleans? Does it?
And a rookie left tackle now too.
Okay. Just think when you're in the middle of a quarterback competition, that's like when they name one, does anyone in New Orleans go, yes?
If it's Shuck and they want to see the new guy, yeah.
And all that is it's the new guy.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. I just want 41 to eat.
Oh, I know you do.
He had 6 touchdowns one Christmas Day. It was a pretty good day. Won a title.
What about the Rams?
I mean, I don't know. I've resisted anybody that I know in the league. If I ask them anything around now, I'm sure they're just thinking another bozo prying for information.
Mm-hmm.
And if I reached out to Matthew, I would be asking sincerely as just a human, are you okay? But the last thing he wants is to be bothered by another person going, dude, how's your back?
You guys are tight.
We've known each other a long time.
Let him know. Like, hey, I'm thinking about you.
But then 100 years ago, I believe I texted him as I was selecting him to let him know to act accordingly, which I was kidding, but I've done that before. So now I'm always afraid anything I ask is, hey, who are you going to throw the ball to on Sunday? I just don't know. Can he go? McVay said, we're just trying to stack days. You know, he had a good day yesterday. He had a better day today. We'll just see what he can do. Those guys are like one brain that lives in two humans. Like they're apparently just have great football chemistry, and you've seen it through the years. So you know he wants him to be the guy, but he also knows he's at the tail end of the runway here, and you just don't want to waste any of the bullets you've got when it ain't live ammo.
Mm-hmm.
So, I mean, I hope he can go.
They have everything else. Like, I think they could go to the Super Bowl if he's healthy.
They're a block of Jalen Carter away from having the lead in the snow in Philly. I mean, and I can't remember if it was Puka, but somebody was wide open, and Stafford, the way he was marching him down the field in the snow, it felt like they were that close. That defense is young and nasty. I mean, who was it? Somebody that retired was like, that dude Verse is going to be an NFL Defensive Player of the Year. It was the tackle from Miami that retired. He's like,
Armstead.
He's like, I don't want to have to block that guy ever again. They played him on a Monday night last year.
Yep.
Oh, by the way, Devontae Adams, you add him to the mix as well. They get Kyron extended. They need the old graybeard to be upright and healthy enough to go. But he's demonstrated for his entire career. He's as tough as there is. So you like him.
I love him. They have everything you want.
I feel like San Francisco is the team that's just going to get easily sort of forgotten because they got so banged up last year.
Playing a last place schedule.
Correct. It's a big deal.
Draft McCaffrey?
Did not have that. Well, I had the opportunity, but it was a 2-quarterback league. So I selected Joe Burrow.
He was gone by the time you took Kamara.
Yes, I would have taken McCaffrey in a heartbeat. But again, a 2-quarterback league, felt like I needed to grab my guy Joe Burrow early.
Yeah.
And I did. But I feel like, I don't know, the August conversations of he looks great, but he said he took it down. McCaffrey said he took it down to the studs, to the baseboards, floorboards, rebuild, start over. And if he's right, he's a guy that's RB1 in the league.
Yeah. That's
in
what
the
I don't
league.
understand.
Yeah.
Like it's fantasy. You're drafting upside. Of course, if he gets hurt, you're screwed. But, like, no one else could get hurt.
When a guy's missed entire seasons and has been number one picks, I feel like that scars people for the future. And it's like, you make the right point. Because you say, what if he gets hurt? What if any of your people get hurt?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
But McCaffrey, like, goes one last year, goes into the season, and there's this, suddenly we're there on Monday night, and Mason's the starting running back, and we're breaking that news at like 6 Eastern time, and any McCaffrey fantasy football GM's like, son of a bitch, really? And then he's out for, a big chunk of time and comes back. And so I get why people are scarred by that, but you're right. It's all upside, and few have as much of it as him.
Yeah. I'm on an island on that one. I get it. But people can't. They can't forget.
I think it's hard.
Last time we saw him.
Right.
Really hard for people to do.
Where are you in terms of, I care, I'm not interested, I just assume it'll always get figured out as it relates to Trey Hendrickson, Terry McLaurin, Micah Parsons? I mean, I always dismiss it because I always figure it gets done. I look at CeeDee Lamb, I look at Dak. It always gets figured out. I was with Adam Schefter in New York City for Countdown. You were there, obviously, as well, alongside, as always. And he's like, I don't know. It just feels like it's gotten more contentious as it relates to Parsons. But it's like, hey, McLaurin, like, you're under contract.
Mm-hmm.
If I'm Hendrickson, I can't play for half of what Watt and Garrett are making. That doesn't make any sense at all. I don't blame him. But then the Bengals are like, look, we had to pay Chase and Burrow, and we got Higgins because Burrow wanted to keep him, and so did we. And at some point, we don't have an endless supply of money. So things are complicated. But the one thing I know about math is what I don't know in the NFL. They always seem to be able to restructure stuff to come up with what you need. of all these people, I mean, to say Cincinnati needs Hendrickson more than Dallas needs Parsons, I don't know that you can say that. But Cincinnati's defense was horrible with the best sacker of the quarterback in the NFL last year.
Exactly.
But like the other night, when your man Bill Krosky-Merritt got wide there, and I think I could have got the first down, probably not the touchdown, but the first down, and there wasn't a Bengal on the screen. That defense doesn't look great, and they weren't great with him last year. So you're saying it doesn't matter?
No, it doesn't. I mean, the Bengals are prepping. You've seen how they come out for preseason. Starters playing. Burrow wants to play more to get more reps with other receivers. They are going into the season expecting they have to score 38 points to win games. And that's the way they're going. I think they're all on the same page. But going back to the idea of contracts, the player always has to compromise. And the way it sounds is with these agents involved that they're not going to compromise because of other guys getting paid. And to me, the player has to sign. Do you want no money? Like, you're really going to go and do what Le'Veon Bell did?
That's the one.
I mean,
that's the one guy that did it, and then what happened after that?
Poof, disappeared. Just like fantasy people. You know, like,
there's not a great people. You want to talk about? It's real easy to text out or tweet out like stand on business. You know what you're going to stand on? The unemployment line when you don't get a game check and you're like, man, I probably should sign. That's the business you stand on. You stand on doing business and making your money when you can. Like, it's a very short window, and I get it. And you and I both think the world of McLaurin.
Yeah.
Couldn't have been a better pro, a better human.
Teammate.
And all of it. And then he was awesome last year. Put on the tape in the playoffs. But I don't blame Washington for going, man, you're going to be 30. And just because Pittsburgh paid DK 33 doesn't mean we're giving you that. Let's look at Cortland Sutton, who got 24. This is like real estate comps. Someone went bananas and bought a house for a number, and that's not the number. But you're worth a big number. And I think it always gets tricky. It always feels personal. I hope that things get figured out selfishly from the Washington standpoint, but also because I really like McLaurin as a human. And then I actually root for the team he plays for, and I like watching him catch the ball. So I'm all in for hoping it works. It's just going to need to be some compromise there. And apparently he's, again, based on what Adam's been reporting, like he's stuck on going, no, like there's a 33 out there.
Yeah, I mean, again, I know I'm on an island here, but like you say you're a great teammate and you give everything you have and this and that and you want to win, and sometimes the money does not work, but do you want to be with your team and play a sport that you love? That's what it comes down to.
And normally August gets to the end, and then September, now we got games. Things have a way of getting figured out.
Yeah.
Same way you and I talked about that book you buy at the student union in August that you haven't cracked the spine. When's the exam? Let me crack open this astronomy book here and see what old Galileo was talking about. What's this Doppler effect? Huh? What is that? How does that work? Is this multiple choice or essay? Crack open the book. Let's get the answers to the test here, because the exam is coming September 4th, I believe. That's Thursday. The season opens Dallas and Philadelphia. But, I mean, the big headline, and I'm seeing it right now with Schrager's in for McAfee on Pat McAfee show, that Schefter sees it heading for a divorce. And it was interesting to hear Swag talk about.
Oh, with Parsons?
Yeah, Parsons in Dallas. Like the idea of culture and how, like, Lawrence was sort of an OG in that locker room, and now he's in Seattle. And if you have a young dude who's, in that podcast space and, he's out there, you don't have like an OG kind of a guy to be like, hey, let's keep some of this stuff in-house. Let's make the main thing the main thing. And then you make a young, very talented guy that doesn't have any sort of guardrails of any kind within the locker room, the guy, that can be tricky.
Yeah.
And it was just interesting to hear Marcus talk about how much he benefited, because he tells the greatest stories in the world about his LSU days, about like being a guy. And it's a lot. But he showed up and walked into a room full of adults in Dallas. They were like, hey, sit down and shut the young fella. This is how things go. You don't have that?
There?
Huh. What I'm trying to say. Really helps to have some guardrails. It really helps to have some examples and people whose counsel you respect to help lead and guide. So I don't know that, but I don't know. Maybe for Dallas it makes no difference, because here we are talking about him. I've only been here 25 years. They've never mattered, really. How many Super Bowls they played in since I've been at ESPN? Not a one.
That's some good seasons.
Not saying they haven't. They have. We've talked the tonnage of time talked about them versus the amount of time they play.
Just stop.
I don't do it like others. I think it matters at the moment as it relates to this conversation. This Micah conversation is part of Hendrickson, McLaurin, him.
Mm-hmm.
I'm just saying when it comes to Dallas, their owner's the one that's out there in the mix. Thought he had a deal. Come on, dude. Jimmy Pitaro talks to me, thinks he's got a deal. No, he's going to talk to my guy. That's how it goes. I mean, we could talk framework, but you're going to talk dollars. You better talk to my man. How that goes. He knows, but what did Jerry didn't give a shit? What difference does it make? It's worth the most money. Who cares if they're good or bad? Someone should. What do you got? What are you hot on? What are you burning on today? Anything?
Yeah, all of it.
It's football season.
Yeah. We have college football games this Saturday.
Is there more than there's more than just the one?
Like, Stanford's playing Hawaii.
Where?
Hawaii.
You have the over-under at 0.
Yeah. Big one.
What's the number? Let's look it up.
Hawaii -2.5.
Your dogs to the Bows.
It should be. We don't have anything.
You got Frank Reich and Andrew Luck.
Yep. Hope we got a plan.
Idaho State, UNLV, the Mullen era.
You look at that roster.
Who, UNLV?
Yeah.
A bunch of names you know.
Oh, my gosh.
Mullen got out there and did some shopping. It's the orgy guy and then my guy from Virginia.
Candyman.
They're both going to play.
Calandria.
Fresno State, Kansas. Are they opening up that new joint in Lawrence?
Yeah.
Their new stadium?
I believe so, yeah.
I was reading about it. They got a donor that gave them like $300.
Yeah, not to Coach Self. Football.
Coach Self's always had what he's needed. They've got a war chest in Lawrence.
How about the quarterback in college announcements? Any of those surprise you?
What, who's starting?
Yeah, Notre Dame.
I don't know the Notre Dame situation well enough. Was that? I mean, the Sayin being the guy in Ohio State. I assume that was. I felt like that was the presumption all along.
Yeah, I actually thought that was good. Ryan Day usually does that right around the 2-week spot. So to see that Keenholz hung with Sayin this long, I think gives you hope. In a dynamic of college football now where you can't keep any quarterbacks. I thought that was good that they had competition. Same thing with Notre Dame. Carr was the guy. He was the big recruit. The story was, it's Lloyd Carr's grandson, but he went to Notre Dame instead of Michigan, and wasn't going along with Coach Freeman's likings. Sounded like he was just sloppy with the ball decision makings during camp, and then tighten it up, and he's going to be the guy now. But the other guy brings a mobility factor. I think Denbrock is awesome as an offensive coordinator. That's why I have Notre Dame ranked so high. You
love also.
But they're wide receivers. Like, think about what they had. They went to the national championship game with a lacrosse player as one of their leading receivers.
Dude, Why you got to be down on the lax, bro?
Because you're Notre Dame and you're one of the biggest powers in college football. You have to have receivers.
Tim Brown, Rocket Ismail, things of that nature.
Pretty good. So they went out and addressed that. Got a transfer from Virginia and Wisconsin, I believe, that are they were both those teams ones. They got a kid Reardon that's going to take over at tight end. Their offensive line, I know Jagasaw got hurt in the ATV or whatever accident. I'll just say this: next time Notre Dame's offensive line isn't good, let me know. Like, that's a strength. And now
always
you talk about they're going to Miami. They get A&M at home. They go to Arkansas. They get Boise coming in. Like, you want a good offensive line. And with what Freeman has instilled, the defense might be better than it was last year. That's the other scary part.
You said that on Monday, and I heard it in passing, and I'm going to ask you about it now. Like, even with some of the losses that they had, you think, like, you feel like they're
Notre Dame?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, because it's all young guys that played a ton. Like, they had the best pass defense in the country last year. They lost their best corner. He got drafted this year, Benjamin Morrison. They brought in this kid Leonard Moore, who I was blown away by, playing as a true freshman, corner at Notre Dame. I couldn't. Probably my favorite player in the country. He's fantastic.
Wow.
And you get
wait. Your favorite player is a Golden Domer?
Oh, that's happened.
Has it?
Yeah.
Okay.
Michael Mayer.
That's true.
But
he was a tight end, so that's
Quentin Nelson.
Okay. That's not your favorite team to cheer for.
No, but they're a lot like the Cowboys.
Are they on the list? Because I feel like you've said several teams here throughout the summer that if they win this game, they're going undefeated.
Notre Dame?
If they beat Miami,
they're favored in every game.
And you think and Clemson, if they win against
LSU,
they're going undefeated.
Penn State could go too. Those are three.
Okay.
Those are my top three teams in the country.
And you have them all pegged as potentially undefeated if they can get over the first sort of hurdles.
Penn State's got, them and Indiana have gone the same route of playing no one. But I'll tell you, like, everybody circled September 27th. Oregon goes to Penn State for the whiteout game, and Oregon's going to know a lot more about themselves because, they say what you want, but they play a conference road game at Northwestern, and they play the Civil War in the 2 weeks before they go to Happy Valley. Penn State plays nobody, and they're just going to steamroll people, but are you, like, you want to get punched in the face a little bit before your biggest game, right?
Yeah, I think you'd prefer to at least, like last year, I think it was last year, right? It was. They went to Morgantown early.
Week 1.
You'd much prefer something in your weight class.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Right, that's why
especially now where a loss isn't going to hurt you.
Right.
Like, I think Texas and Ohio State, it's awesome. LSU and Clemson, even though LSU's facing, was it going to be 6 straight losses if they lose this game in season openers? 4 under Brian Kelly. It's not going to cripple you. You're playing a top 3 team.
Right.
Losses
aren't, they'll be narrative setters, and if you lose, it'll give fuel to the people that the naysayers or haters or whatever you want to call it, particularly if you're LSU, just because they've put themselves in a deficit situation in which, when you look at their schedule, there's just games you're going to lose in that league.
Yeah.
There's games you're going to lose. That's where Clemson does not have that same issue.
No.
They don't have nearly the hurdles.
Not that.
They don't have much. They don't have the conference schedule that includes Florida and Ole Miss and South Carolina, even though they get them at home. A&M, they get them at home. In T-Town, at Oklahoma and Norman to close your season. There's a million stumbling. And I didn't even mention places you could lose otherwise because you just never know in college football. It's not crippling. But in a league where you're facing that many potential losses, it just eliminates wiggle room, whereas it's just not nearly as bad if you're Clemson.
Yeah.
But we do agree that particularly now, a loss doesn't put you, well, that's the end of that.
No. Look at last year.
Of course.
It couldn't have been worse for Ohio State. Could not have been worse losing to Michigan.
No, they lost the last game they played. And it was their fans were done. They wanted Ryan Day fired.
Yeah.
Never forget all of you wanted that. You came into that game against Tennessee, doubt, anger, and then you beat the brakes off Tennessee and Oregon.
I was trying to do the math. In the Tennessee game and the Oregon game, Ohio State in their first, let's say the first 7 possessions of the Tennessee game, the first 7 possessions of the Oregon game, I think they scored on 12 of those 14.
Touchdowns.
Or field goals.
Well, it felt like
there was a lot of touchdowns.
It's a lot of fight song. Da, 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 da,
So,
da, da, da.
I like the idea of playing, and people keep saying, the regular season doesn't mean as much. Screw that. I got to find out what I got on this team. Practices are different. There's no more two-a-days. You got transfers all over the place. I can't tell you how many times I have read this offseason where teams have just scrapped their whole secondary. Like, just gone. 6 new guys. Bring them in. It's all over the place. How do you know in a game situation where
you don't,
you're on the road, or even worse, you're at home and your crowd's going crazy. Your communication on point? It better be.
I've read a lot, and I agree that this feels more wide open than any year in recent memory, but certainly in this expanded playoff era, which is brand new. But even in the playoff era at all, we've talked a lot about the Texas piece with Arch, and they're one for the first time ever, which blew my mind. Preseason number 1 in that poll, first time they've ever been number 1 to start the season.
Yeah,
it's just wild. They're Texas, and that's the first time they've been, and it's the first time the number 1's been an underdog to start their year because they got to go.
Should be
understood. It's just interesting that they're in that spot, but. Arch at least is a name where and if you follow football, the name Sand, but does the average fan know that? Not necessarily. And the point that I've made a lot when it comes to Arch is I'd make it about Quinn Ewers, who was the guy that was their quarterback last year. Coming out, he was the guy. Left Texas, went to Ohio State. Left Ohio State, went back to Texas. Got drafted. He's going to make the team in Miami, it would appear. But was never the guy in college that you thought he would be based on reputation as that 5-star can't-miss from Texas guy. He just wasn't. Sometimes they are. Sometimes you're Uyunglele, and you come out and you've got all the measurables, you got all the things, and then when the lights come on and you add it up for real, maybe you are, maybe you aren't. And there are a bunch of different teams who are naming quarterbacks. We just haven't seen him do it yet.
Yeah.
And I always am careful to make sure I say about anybody, whether it's Manning or Sand, or you could keep going. Moore at Oregon, right? Michigan. Keep going. These are big-time schools making changes at quarterback. Alabama. There's a lot of schools. No one's saying you can't do it. Well, you just got to see you do it. And maybe you can't. Or maybe you don't at the level that we thought you might. And there's more of that with more of the big-name schools than I can remember seeing in a long, long time. So that's why if you go into a year like with a Klubnik, a Nussmeier, an Aller, at least you feel like, here's a guy we've seen do it. All right. You love having some continuity, some familiarity with your guy at that position. And the people that have it are leaning into it more, I think, right now, because so many others don't. And I can't remember a year with that many big-name heavyweights have question marks at this position.
Yeah, and I think it ties into what we've seen and all the change in the sport, because you mentioned the teams and you go through it, whereas last year it was all, we're going to bring this guy in. He's going to be the starter. We're going to bring this guy in. He's the starter. Now you look at it, Texas, guy that come through the program. Notre Dame, guy that's come through the program. Penn State, guy that come through the program. Clemson, come through the program. It's different, the dynamic, how fast that has happened. 1 year. Like, look at last year. Cam Ward comes in. The kid at Syracuse comes in. Will Howard comes in. Notre Dame comes in.
Well,
like
Syracuse and Notre Dame are linked up because they got our guy, what did Marcus Freeman call him? Peanut butter and jelly. Angeli's the starter at Syracuse.
Yes.
But Howard, no, not Howard, McCord from Syracuse, from Ohio State to Syracuse. And what was wild is think about how when Howard was not maybe as great as they wanted him to be against Michigan, and like Ohio State fans like, we got rid of this guy, and look at McCord's up at Syracuse slinging touchdowns. You know what I mean? Like, it's a buddy.
Oh, it's crazy.
Big
and then we didn't even mention the Big 12, which I think is fascinating because
mention them.
You got Arizona State, where all you have is Dillingham talking about it's not about recruiting anymore; it's about retaining. He retains his roster. They go to the playoff, one of the best stories of the year last year. And now they're the favorite. The conference got rid of preseason predictions because they thought it hurt Arizona State in their rise last year, which doesn't make any sense to me because they went from unranked to a top 12 team in 3 weeks in that conference. So I
love the schools, though, that like –
give me Texas Tech. Give me –
I don't know. I just saw, unfortunately, that the running back that came
from SC
that they said was having a great camp.
They're all right.
I understand, but I'm just bummed for him because apparently he was having a great camp. And Fred, stop licking the wall.
There's another team that you just mentioned I watched last night. USC. They're right there, man. They're right there.
They were right there in about 5 games last year, and every one of them went the wrong way.
And then 2 years ago, if Caleb doesn't get hurt in the Big Ten, what was that? No, that was the old Pac-12 title game against Utah. They're going to the playoff.
Yeah, so Utah let them have it.
Yeah. Speaking of, they might have the best offensive line in the country.
Joe Moore Award?
Utah? Oh, they got some guys. They got a quarterback that, if you really watch college football, you know about, and Devin Dampier from New Mexico. He just ran all over the place. Can he throw it? Can he be accurate? They brought his offensive coordinator in.
You always wonder about the jump up. Like,
yep, exactly.
Oh, yeah. But New Mexico's got plenty of cross-pollination with schools. Like, they're familiar with, they're in that same geographic footprint. Like, it's not like they haven't played teams like that. I don't pretend to know enough about him, but I'll never. Ward went from Incarnate Word to Washington State, and then last year I'm like, all right, let's see it in the swamp. And he's like, you like what you see?
Yeah.
You bald bitch. Yes, Cam. Sorry.
But along those lines, Utah brings in the quarterback with his offensive coordinator who he's had success under. Oklahoma brings Mateer in with his offensive coordinator that he's had success over.
That's the team. That's the team. Mateer, Oklahoma, Venables, defense. Like, let's see it.
Yeah.
Let's see it.
I played that game the other night. I took Mateer and Michigan came in. Michigan's got stars on the D. Like, I line up, we're in the shotgun. I just see stars. I'm like, who are these guys? Thought they all graduated. They're a handful in the game. Now, what are they going to look like when they go to Norman? But But
think about if you're an OU fan and you bring in Venables, because the way the Lincoln thing ended, there's always going to be, I get it. I'm a grudge holder. You don't have to explain it to me. But all right, now we're going to have an identity that's this, but it hasn't really worked yet.
No.
Okay, so then you know what happens? Maybe you punt on, like, maybe we don't need to be great on defense. Maybe, I know what let's go do. Let's get Ott and Mateer. You line up that quarterback and that running back, you got a chance. Maybe you win some games 42-35.
The old way.
Fine. It was fun when Baker was doing it, wasn't it?
Yeah.
You guys enjoyed that? I just think Oklahoma, I haven't mentioned that name yet. I want to at least just say it once here because talk about teams you circle and go, what do we got here? I just want to see it. Who they play early?
Illinois State, Redbirds.
Oh, so they're...
And then they get Michigan.
Right. What week is Michigan?
2.
On A, B, C. So that's 7:30 week 2?
Yep.
Giddy up. All right. Excited about the Sooners.
Hit the clicker ready.
Shout out to my friends in Grand Lake and Miami. All right, how's everybody doing? What else you got?
I wanted to play a game.
All right.
Oh, hold on. I got to bring this up.
I have an important announcement to make.
Because Thamel has been breaking all these starting quarterbacks. Did you read the one about Louisiana, the Cajuns?
I did, and it was a guy that came out.
He's the Walker Howard. Walker Howard, right?
He was a big-time recruit coming out that started in.
He's the guy who took the picture in the rotating camera thing. You know how people do like at the SBs and at the, like that camera that goes around and you're in this circle and it turns.
Mm-hmm.
And Brian Kelly and him took that picture at LSU. That was like Brian Kelly's first thing. Even, I think, before Brian Kelly tried the accent at the basketball game. That was him.
And it went viral and everyone made fun of him.
Correct. But did you see who he beat out?
In Louisiana.
Yeah.
Dax Crum.
Redshirt sophomore, Lunch Winfield.
Lunch?
Lunch.
I like him on general principle. I didn't know that.
Lunch is my favorite meal of the day. I never thought I would see it as a first name.
I owe you an apology, Lunch. I was not familiar with your game. Go get him lunch. But that's Walker Howard starting.
Yeah, Cajuns.
There's a bunch of guys like that. You know that I didn't mention this because this is deep in the weeds. But
can Maryland play against their old quarterback week 1? Did MJ Morris go to FAU?
No, I thought he went to Coastal.
Oh, all right. Coastal. Okay.
Maryland in the fake video game, but it's very real to me. We won a chip with Malachi Nelson. He transferred in.
He's in every portal after every first year.
Well, that's because speaking at
he's the number 1 quarterback in that class.
Correct, and that's the point that
UTEP now?
Yes. I don't know that I was making it well earlier about Arch and presumptions and guys you think are going to be guys. Malachi Nelson was supposed to be the guy. Went to USC. Then he's like, all right, I'm going to Boise. Now he's at UTEP.
Miners.
In fake life, he was in College Park hoisting the trophy. There are so many examples of guys that if you're ball knowers / obsessed with this sport, pay attention on some level. You're familiar with the name. You're like, wait, Walker Howard's a Raging Cajun? Yeah, and he beat out a guy named Lunch. I didn't know that part. Now we know. Who's UTEP open up with? Fire up this minor schedule here. We are so deep in the weeds.
Oh, tough one.
They got the Aggies from Utah State.
In Logan. That's a tough one.
They got Texas week 3.
Utah State, you know who their head coach is?
Who is it?
Bronco Mendenhall.
Sure it is. Good Lord.
It's unbelievable. All right, we're going to play a game.
All right.
Yep. It's called Did Scott Watch? Not clips on Twitter.
Okay.
The show.
Do you want me to tell the truth or should I lie? Like that time I told Rosillo I knew the song Royals and he got so mad at me. I'm like, yeah, I know that song. I was lying.
All right, ready? Did Scott Watch?
Yes.
Any Given Saturday, Netflix.
No.
Hard Knocks.
No.
Happy Gilmore 2.
No.
Naked Gun.
No.
The New Heights pod with Taylor Swift.
I watched enough clips of it that I feel like I have the gist.
Okay. New Cowboys doc on Netflix.
If you're going to ask me if I've watched anything on television that isn't a game, the answer is no.
What games are on that you're watching?
Preseason.
Not on Tuesday, Wednesday.
Let me tell you this. Let me remind you of the story of the question that my sons ask me every single day at 9:30 in the morning in the summer on Sunday. Dad, are there any sports on television? It's 9:30.
Little League.
Well, I'll tell you what's on. SEC Network could be something. There's a game.
Oh, okay.
And you know what we do? We watch the game. So, no. And then you know what I'm doing late? I'm recruiting and I'm playing.
Okay.
I got Malachi. We're winning titles. I've heard the Cowboys doc's awesome. I heard the Any Given Saturday people had on. People were like, You know what it is? It's for people. If you're super in the weeds the way we are with college football, you don't learn anything.
No, not one thing.
Okay. So,
and it was out of order. I don't like that at all.
All right. I'm sure all this stuff's good. But if you've learned nothing about me through all these years of knowing me, it's that the odds of me watching it is very limited. But the odds of me having a passing knowledge of it so I can at least fake talk about it is very high.
Okay.
Keep going.
Oh, that was the
list?
There's one other thing, but I know you. Please be a yes. Did you watch any of the clips of these Oasis concerts?
Oh, yeah.
Buddy. We got to get to that.
They can go.
Holy cow.
Yeah, they can go.
Unbelievable.
I never knew you were an Oasis fan.
Me neither.
What is it you like?
I didn't. It's been so long. Like, I guess I had the Wonderwall CD back in the day, but like I didn't have that. Like, that was the only one. Like, I didn't know much of their other ones, but then I see them playing and I'm like, oh yeah, I remember. I never knew that was them.
You know what they got? Anthems.
Oh,
bangers.
And everybody's talking about the other one where
bangers and anthems
where the guy got caught out. Who's that? Coldplay. Oasis blows them away.
It's a very different deal. They're different.
Yeah.
Oasis is
might be my favorite thing about Europe. They got to be from Europe, right?
Who?
Oasis.
Where do you think they're from? Cleveland?
I don't know. I'm just saying something good about Europe. I want to compliment Europe.
They're English, Steve. I mean, they
started
started
like
England.
London or Great Britain.
Saying it's just
Scotland.
Those are not the same, Steve.
Okay. All right.
Those are not the same.
Liam, that's the guy.
From Manchester.
And his brother. And they hate each other.
Much like the Black Crowes with the Robinson brothers, there's a creative angst.
Kate Hudson get in the middle of the Black Crowes?
In a manner of speaking,
right?
I guess.
All right. I thought I was right.
But the creative tensions probably led to some, riffs.
But good Lord, can they bring it?
Bring it. And you've had people waiting for some 20 some odd years. And you know what happens is that people love nostalgia. They love to remember a certain time. Shout out to Rich Eisen, who did SportsCenter for the first time in 22 years. They went with the old school open where you hear the old sax, and they showed highlights, and everyone is like, this is awesome. You guys should do this. And it's like, well, we do. We kind of do. It's not the same as when Rich and Stu did it or when Dan and Keith did it, but we show highlights every night. But that's neither here nor there. I'm just saying it was awesome to see Rich do a show that he helped elevate, as many from a different era did. I mean, there's a long list of people.
Did you ever do SportsCenter, man?
Yes.
Yeah?
Yeah.
A couple years, right?
Yeah, but I mean, it was back when there was different kind of pairings, and it was like you'd be this person with that person with the other. The main...
You didn't do news with him, did you?
No, that was Bill Pito. We have a script management crisis. I was like one just to get my feet wet, and then that was not the way to get ready for SportsCenter.
You got called up varsity.
Well, I was going to do SportsCenter. They're like, well, we could just do a news just to get ready. That's like riding Ducati to get ready to ride a moped. Little different. It's very industry in the weeds. But that Neil Everett and I were sort of a team. But then when Rich went to the NFL Network, then Stewart and I worked together quite a bit. Obviously, Rich and Stewart worked together early on in Rich's career when those guys became such a well-known tandem. But the first of all, Rich is great at doing it, and then the old school way it sounded and looked, people remember it so fondly that when they see it, they're like, yes! And for the same reasons people love Oasis, because it's awesome, and you haven't seen it in 20 years. And then when you do, you're like, oh, this is spectacular.
They're coming here. I think they're only doing 2 shows, though.
I think Rich was a one-off. Oasis is doing a tour. I bet Rich would be like, hey, you give me the gate that the Gallagher brothers are getting for every show, and I'll see you for a run of shows. I don't want to speak for Rich. He's got a full dance card Hey, his show's coming over with the new direct-to-consumer thing, which is fantastic. Great to have him back under the umbrella, if you will, in the family. But I do think that there's a powerful – people love to remember a time in their lives. Oasis certainly is that, on top of being bangers. And then, like, I think we saw that the other night with Rich and Sports Center, which was just tapped into a real sweet spot for so many people.
Also, along those lines, I know you didn't watch this either, but the Billy Joel documentary on HBO.
Heard it was great.
Oh, I never knew Piano Man was that old. Like, I said it at we were talking the other night in New York with a bunch of people in the room. Sound old here, but like when CDs came out, the one CD that everybody had was Billy Joel's Greatest Hits. It was a 2-disc.
Remember the 2-disc.
Remember the 2-disc?
Of course.
And so, like, I don't know, that was like 90 CDs, right?
His catalog it's lengthy.
But Piano Man's 1973.
He was a young man.
And it's crazy. You just talked about, like, people realize what they miss, and he got in the shit with a guy that was taking money from him. So what did he have to do? Go out and make money. How did he do that? Go on tour, and everybody knows what his tours did. But then, even in 2014, he starts a residency at MSG, and he's like, I don't know. He's like, I'll do it till they stop. They were going to do it until they stop selling shows out. He was like, 6, 7 shows I could get through, maybe like half a year or a year.
How many was it?
10 years.
10 years.
10 years.
People don't get sick of singing the hits, man.
And that's what, like,
does he explain does he explain the story behind Scenes from Italian Restaurant, like how it was 2 different songs?
Yes.
And he explains how they couldn't figure out which one was which, so they just made them one.
He sits.
I love that song.
He sits there and, like, will just dial up a piano thing, and you're just like, oh my god, yeah, that is it. And, like, he's like, his dad was a classical pianist, and his story with his dad is nuts. How he's just gone.
All right, you know what I'm gonna do?
And he learned.
I'm gonna make a list in order of things I should do. Billy Joel doc.
Yeah.
Is that number 1, or is it Cowboys doc? I heard the Netflix Cowboys thing.
I'm just getting the Cowboys, so.
Okay. Billy Joel doc.
You'll love it. Just start there, because you're not going to do it.
I want to do stuff, and then I don't. Why don't I do stuff I want to do?
Here's what we got to do.
What is this? Help me understand me.
This is what we're going to do.
Okay.
We're going to get you an iPad.
I have one.
Okay.
Okay.
And we're going to get the stuff downloaded. So when we go on these planes, you're going to put the phone down.
And I'm going to watch.
We can't ever get Wi-Fi to work. And you already have the movies downloaded.
And then I could watch them on
while we're traveling.
But I like talking. I
know you can take breaks.
I like plane talk with Steve.
That gets deep.
It got deep during the finals.
Yeah.
That was important conversations. Learn stuff about each other. That was good.
We've talked, summer, you're going out to meals with the kids, right? Restaurants.
Yeah.
And I just have everywhere, wherever we've gone.
Is this a request? Is this an announcement? What are you doing here?
This is a request.
A request from Steve to the world.
Yeah. Waiters, waitresses, servers.
Yeah.
Whatever you are.
Yep.
When there's a table of multiple children and parents, and we say we're ready for the bill, you can't get lost then. Like, where do you go?
Gonna need that bill.
Need the bill now.
With the quickness.
Now.
We had a little delay.
This, like, I have my old thing at the bar. You always made fun of me.
Where you do the glass and then you tap it.
Like that means I'm ready for another one.
A little rude, Steve.
This means bill now. Now. We gotta go. We're done.
This is the international signal for Bill. We all understand that. But I think when there's 3 young kids, it just has to be understood that this means it's the hurry up.
Yeah, like, get us out of here, please. You've been great. You've been great with the service. I always, maybe when the kids' stuff is ready, get it out here. Great everywhere. Like I'm saying,
my kid just
no matter what state we're in,
Just had a dessert the size of her leg.
Oh, man. That
high marks for Hershey Park.
Hershey Park, I cannot give you a higher grade. The hospitality, the restaurants, the care, the servers, the workers. I'm blown away. I never been.
Hershey Park happy, dude.
And brought the kids up, and holy hell, what a place. We're going to be there four times a year.
Talk to my wife.
I did an hour 45.
She's got
the girls were
they're members or whatever you can be.
Oh,
like there's a thing. Like
okay,
you're gonna want that.
You're gonna need that.
But yeah, you want to be able to navigate. Like, there's some
good with the night we were leaving, I had to peel them out of the room because Jonas Brothers were playing there that night. They got concert show. Hershey Bears Caps are playing a preseason game up there.
You don't have to tell our family.
I'm talking you.
Oh, me? See?
Yeah, you. I know.
I'm too tall to ride roller coasters.
Oh, buddy. Buddy.
What?
I tried the little ones. My two older ones did Sky Rush. That thing. Minute long, goes 76 miles an hour.
No, thank you.
I had the little one wasn't big enough, so I stayed down with her. So then we did like the flying swings. They wanted to do that.
Hate them.
Fine. Then we did the teacups that spin.
How about Candemonium?
No, we didn't. That was
about Sky Rush.
That one. They did it.
Storm Runner.
They're real. We did
Comet.
Breakers Edge, water ride, 4-person water slide. Awesome. But the teacup thing where you spin it and then you're going up and down
and you puke.
I had to like just lock in on my little one. Like the trees were behind and I'm like, I can't do it.
Why would you do that to yourself?
Because I was with the kids. I got guilted into it. Just like you did.
Like me on that ride at Disney.
I felt your pain.
Guardians of the Galaxy. And everyone lied to me. It's great, they said. You'll love it, they said. Here comes a guy having a medical episode right in front of me. He was sent by God to say don't do this, Scott. You don't have to. You're an adult. You have agency over yourself. No, you don't. Your kids are like, it'll be great. They liked it.
Are you a s'mores fan?
S'mores? We have a fire thing in the back that kids have been making them a bunch this summer. The process in theory is sort of like a romantic thing. And if you have the patience to not just nuke to just burn the crap out of the marshmallow and actually melt the chocolate, I'm in. But when it's inevitable that the kids just want the candy
as fast as possible too.
Exactly.
That's why they just
then it's like the inside of the burn up marshmallow is lava. Then you get the thing on the inside of the mouth. Ooh. Somebody sent the fix on Twitter.
What?
There's some. I'll find it for
Ice
you.
cubes?
No. There's some product.
Oh,
some product that can help you. You guys have always got our back, and we appreciate that. Thank you for listening and helping us.
Anything else?
Yeah, I have an announcement.
Pittsburgh?
No. I just want to announce that in the spirit of Auburn, War Eagle, who claimed titles in 1910, 1914, 1958, and 2004, which, by the way, Alabama, we know you've had some creative bookkeeping in your past. You just sort of claim them, and then you start counting, and then you make shirts and say you got whatever. You got a ton of them. You don't need to claim ones when you lost 3 games and didn't finish in the top 10. So you don't get to make fun of Auburn for doing this. And in fact, I don't want to make fun of them at all. Auburn claiming 4 titles, 1910, 1914, 1958, and 2004. You just claim them. And so I've decided that the year 2020, when we were doing SportsCenter every night without sports for months, and I didn't win the Emmy, I'm just claiming the Emmy. Fuck it. I'm claiming the Emmy in 2020. I did sports every fucking night.
No one else did.
Everyone at ESPN shut it down. Not us. We made stuff up. We did bad beats from the Chicago Bulls season. We did. We went back and found bad beats from the Last Dance season of the Bulls. That was J-Mac. I say we. I didn't do it. That was J-Mac. Me and my guy Bolander, We went through thousands of your texts and emails and tweets about senior night. We were celebrating sports around the country, and the Emmy voters did not award me the Emmy that year. I believe Ernie Johnson won. He's the best. We know that. That's fine. But Ernie, I'm sorry. No, I'm not sorry. It's yours. However, am claiming an Emmy from that year. And then I'll just claim another one from another year. I don't know. We'll just pick one and we'll say another year I was nominated. So I'm claiming an Emmy.
2-time.
I am now a 2-time Emmy winner. What? I claimed him. There you go. I won the Emmy in 1910 and 1958. Wasn't born for either, but I'm claiming them. I'm claiming them both. Just claim stuff, Steve. No one that can't take it from you if you just make it up and claim it.
All right.
I'm going to watch the Billy Joel doc. How long is it? How much? What's my commitment?
A lot.
How many hours?
Total?
Yeah.
5. But you could, there's ways to stop it.
How many of them are there?
It's 2 episodes, both 2.5 hours.
2.5 apiece?
You could do it.
Beastie Boys had a thing about them on Apple. There was like a stage show they did that I loved. I know I love stuff. All this stuff I would love if I did it. But I just tinker.
You know what?
I tinker a lot. And then I run out of time. And then I fire up the game. What?
Just try.
Damn it. It always comes back to that. Just try. All right. I'm going to try to claim some more Emmys. Hell, by next week, I might have 9 of them. Might be 9 for 9. Nah, there are years I didn't deserve it. I'm not saying actually, I am. I'm saying I deserve 2.
How's the travel? Good?
I mean, I'm just going to give a little tip of the cap to Delta. We went up to New York, took off on time. LaGuardia is an exceptional travel experience. We're going back up, firing up Sports Center next week. We'll be at the U.S. Open next Tuesday night.
Tuesday night. We're waiting for the schedules. Come on. I want to see who's playing that night. Need Coco.
You could get somebody good in that window, but the travel was excellent. I just want to go hang out on LaGuardia. It feels like a place you could just...
What was your analogy for LaGuardia? Remember you...
What'd I say?
Ever ride.
Is it bad?
Yeah, I don't think it's for air.
Oh. Well, it's nice now.
It's one of your best ones ever, too.
But you can't tell people it was a great analogy.
No, it was about like the old LaGuardia, and then we flew there last year for the U.S. Open, and it was like you mentioned the girl that in high school, and then you saw her after college.
Oh, what happened to her? Something like that.
Yeah.
So it was just a compliment.
Yeah.
But wrapped in kind of an insult.
Correct.
But it isn't an insult because in the end, I was reverse. Like, hey, wasn't Van Pelt kind of hot in high school? Now look at him. Looks like an old shoe. I'm LaGuardia in reverse.
Deadpool 3.
Like an avocado having sex with an older avocado. All right. See, we were on this high where we were claiming titles, and now we're back to that.
Watch football.
Red's had enough. He'd like to go now.
He's ready.
You probably have had enough as well. We'll see you guys next like Monday. Can you do Monday?
I'm flying a U.S. Open Monday. You're not?
I'm going Tuesday.
Oh.
We work Tuesday night.
Oh,
what?
He doesn't like you on Tuesday.
What? Red's like,
let's change that flight.
You've had enough? What do you got, a dump? So we can't do Monday?
Can't do Monday.
Oh. Well, then I guess it's Wednesday again.
Flying home Wednesday.
I guess there's no pod in the week before college football?
We'll figure it out.
We'll figure it out. Have a good week.